Good morning, gang. Look at the different background. There's a reason for that. First and foremost, a disclaimer to those of you at YouTube, although I don't think you ever look at my videos. This is a complaint video with a discussion about a current news item. That's all it is. I know you're going to demonetize it again because I'm complaining about you, and the news item is about cannabis getting legalized yet in one more place. We are going to applaud that, but first, things first. YouTube, shame on you. I am so tired of playing these games. I will first tell my viewers, I don't care about the money. This is not being done because of the few cents that I lose when they demonetize a video. This is about creators and about fairness and about standing up for yourself. Long story short, 2 videos ago, I did a video about those who cannot medicate, about the current state of the cannabis laws in Texas. I didn't have a toke. I didn't show any cannabis. I showed my sources for the news item, and I discussed the news item. That's all I did. People do it on YouTube all the time. I got demonetized as normal. I told all of you they're demonetizing it, but they'll remonetize it upon appeal, which has happened more than often. But they didn't monetize it after appeal. It came back confirmed. This is not monetizable. So I logged a ticket with Creator Support Help. YouTube Creator Support, Partner Support they call it. And this time I was very, very in depth. I studied. That email took me an hour because I looked up a whole bunch of different channels, and I found one called Psyched Substances. And no offense to them, I think they have a great channel. I think they should be totally allowed to do what they do, but they discuss and show and talk about getting high on psychedelics. And they talk about the highs, and they talk about their trips and how they've almost come to death a few times. And I've watched some of their stuff, and I think it's valuable. They have 1.6 million subs. And every single one of their videos is monetized with 3 or 4 ads on it. Yet they cut me out because I said Texas laws, you have to support them and fight them from the inside, and slowly they will change. Yeah, I never called upon anyone to fight. Oh, it's so maddening. So I attached that to my email to YouTube, and I said, you have to explain what is wrong in this video where I only talk about the news item compared to this video when they're talking about LSD and all that kind of stuff. I need some help. That's what I asked for. And I'm going to read to you, and they should be ashamed of this. They should be ashamed of this because they call themselves support. This was copy-pasted from my last email. It was exactly the same. Hi, Gord. Thanks for reaching out. And just so you know, there it is. There it is. I understand you have questions about your video. Let me provide you some insights about this. So you read that and you think, oh, they actually look. No, they didn't. Because this is the copy-pasted response. Per checking, due to the nature of your video or video metadata, including your title, thumbnails, or tags, we've found that your content does not align with the advertiser-friendly content guidelines and may not be suitable for all brands. Because of this, your video will remain with a yellow icon and receive limited to no ads. And then they go on to give me what they give me every time, a link to their advertiser-friendly content guidelines, which I had read, which I had read, and I had adhered to. I have paid a lot of attention to this. I have been very careful. And I have even changed my channel so that if I'm doing something that's borderline, I don't even monetize it so it doesn't get tagged. I've done everything I can. This is not an answer. Like, I replied to them and I said, that is not an answer. Where? What piece or what generic, even if you're going to be generic, say what I said. Was it me discussing the Texas law? Was it me saying you're going to have to wait, but I do believe Texas law will change? Was it the word cannabis? Are you really that scared of cannabis, but you're not that scared of LSD? Or is it you just want to throttle all small creators so you don't have more big creators? It's really, really sad. And it's unfair to those who want to talk about things like I'm about to talk about. The next thing, and yeah, lots of paper here, but I'm only going to discuss the very beginning of it. And I'm going to get demonetized again because I'm taking a live news item and discussing it. Just today's news. Amazing, eh? Because they don't agree with my take on the news. They think that they can shut me up. Illinois becomes the 11th state to legalize recreational marijuana. Yay for Illinois. Illinois' new governor, J.B. Pritzker, delivered on a top campaign promise Tuesday by signing legislation that makes his state the 11th to legalize small amounts of marijuana for recreational use and the second to approve it through the legislature rather than the ballot box. Legislation in Illinois also means that nearly 800,000 people with criminal records for purchasing or possessing 30 grams or less may have those records expunged. A provision minority lawmakers and interest groups demanded. That's good. It also gives cannabis vendor preference to minority owners and promises 25% tax revenue from marijuana to redevelop impoverished communities. That's doing it right. That's taking the extra money that's made from it and putting it back into the community. That's the way it should be. And somehow I've likely demonetized this video. Again, my friends, thanks to our Patreon supporters, they can demonetize all the videos they want. They won't shut me up. But they do, by doing the demonetization, my videos get less circulation and therefore less views and therefore less recommendations and therefore slowly my channel just keeps going down and down and down. And they expect that I'll just walk away. But I won't. If you haven't subbed yet, sub. Let's prove them wrong. Let's get me to 4,000 subs. Let's share me. Tell your friends. Say, hey, we've got a subscriber drive. Let's push me to 4K and then 5K. And let's just prove them wrong. People can talk. I mean, what do they want me to do? Do they want me to change this channel to completely back to the old WeedTube thing since I'm getting paid for it? If I get a few more Patreon subscribers, should I just get high on channel? That's not what I'm about. So, as you see, I've tried everything. I got rid of the cannabis sign in the background. I barely talked about it this time. It's mostly about YouTube. Yesterday's video about hemp-based plastic was also demonetized, and I expected by now it should be remonetized, but it is not. They have yet to tell me, no, you failed, that one's going to stay off. But you know what? I'm like a little chihuahua with a big bone. I am not going to let go of this because I don't care how small I am. I deserve a voice. My friends, it's time for little known facts. The first CD compact disc pressed in the US was Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. Interesting, little known, maybe little important, but I shared it. Peace and cheers, friends. Love and harmony.